What's popping? Another episode of In Your Feelings. I'm sitting here with Linda. We're enjoying each other and sitting here talking and laughing and talking about relationships and things go back and forth. But I do have a question for you, Linda. Because you had a couple questions for me earlier, but now I have one. Now, do you judge your new relationship based upon your past relationship? Do you? Do you?
Can I think about it?
Because I really want to know the
You're
answer.
aggressive. Calm
I
down.
really want to know the answer to this.
I feel like initially we do, and I don't know if it's like, I can't think of the word right now. I think it's just unconscious, like you just kind of doing it off habit. I don't know if it's judging. I think we compare, right? Like, they do this or they don't do this, and whatever. Kind of just did,
Damn.
So I think you kind of just see like, and it could be bad and it could be good, because it could be like, oh, my ex treated me, badly. My ex didn't open my car door, and now the new guy, super nice, and he opens my car door. Okay, so I just feels like a quick little comparison.
Right.
Now I feel like if you go deeper into it, as far as like, oh, he do this because this and this is his, and the other one never did because of that. Now you're going into some other weird, like, I'm not really over my ex maybe, and I feel like that is a big problem,
right,
because people try to move on with others while they still going through their shit, because I don't feel like people process their feelings, thoughts, and emotions properly. Shout out, hey, Miss Donna! You know I love my homegirl. So I just, I don't think it's judgment per se. I feel like we compare a lot. Now, is the comparison always healthy? That's the
real question here.
Right.
Right. Well, I'll tell you real. As men, we judge. See how you broke it down from a woman's perspective, and you allow us and the viewers to know that y'all not judging, y'all comparing, which is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Because I believe women compare every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's taller than him. Oh, he smells better than him. Oh, he dressed better than him. I believe women, so that was a great answer in that aspect, because I believe women do judge consistently. I'm not judge, I'm sorry. Compare things. But as men, we judge things. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different.
And I'm only asking for clarification, because what is the difference in comparing and judging?
Okay, a judgment is based upon your opinion. You know what I mean? So if I'm judging a situation, I'm looking at a situation based upon what I think that situation is. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily make it true, but it basically, falls into the lap of what you feel that situation is or built off of. Comparing is a little bit different. You're like, okay, this is black, but this is dark black. You know what I mean? Like, he's light-skinned, but he's red. You're comparing.
Okay.
We don't compare. As men, we don't compare things. We might say, you know what? Her ass fatter than hers. We don't compare. We judge.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. Oh, you know what? She can cook better than her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we judge versus compare. We don't say, well, her cooking was all right, but I think that, maybe if she did this, it would be as good as hers. As men, we don't compare. You know what I mean? We judge. Off rip, we judge.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
just to me, the way it's sounding is almost like the same thing, though.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not, because comparing is not judging. Judging is not comparing.
If you're saying, in an instance of cooking, okay?
I love cooking.
We know.
Shout out to all the good cooks.
So in the judgmental stance, what is judgment versus comparing when it comes to that?
Either you can cook or you can't.
So is that not comparing? Like,
no, it's still judging because I said she couldn't cook. That doesn't mean her brother
that she can't. Okay.
Or her friends don't like her food.
That. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, thank you.
So I'm judging because I don't like it.
Okay.
But because I don't like it doesn't necessarily mean that her friends or her mama don't think that way.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I got
like I said, judging, and I'll say it again, judging is only putting yourself in a situation where you're only making an opinion. It doesn't stand for anything.
Okay. Versus comparing is literally.
Comparing is
yes.
yeah,
He does
comparing,
this.
yeah. You know what? He's taller than him. If we both look, that motherfucker's taller than him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
See, that's
No,
what
we
I'm
do
saying.
this. We do this. But go ahead. I just wanted to kind of go, go through that with you because I guess you were looking at it in a sense like, okay, isn't that the same thing?
Right.
And it's
no,
not.
but when you
and it's
see,
not. And I'm speaking
when
from a man's
when
perspective.
men explain,
I'm just
look
saying.
how nice, see?
No, I'm just trying to make it easy for women who doesn't understand.
Or don't, whatever.
You know what I mean? Okay, doesn't. I mean, it is what it is. I didn't know we were sitting in
We are.
12th grade.
Now you know.
What? No, I'm just saying. But we both have an understanding now where
Yes.
the difference between judging
Mm-hmm.
and comparison. Okay, you learned something today, so I guess this is school. Don't
But
get
don't-
quiet. Don't get quiet. You like, damn it. Damn it.
No. I can admit when you have a point or you are right.
And I always admit when you do.
Because I always do.
No, you don't always do.
But,
But
anyway.
but you did bring up a good point by wanting for women to understand what's the difference between comparing and judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I believe women compare more.
Yes.
And
We
men
definitely
judge
compare,
more.
Like, oh, you
You
know,
know what I mean? Like, oh.
either he spends more time or he, buys me things or whatever. It's very concrete, very
Right.
compartmentalized.
Right.
If you will.
Right.
Yeah,
Where a
okay.
man say she can't cook, so therefore I'm only gonna go by there just to see what she cooked.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's a judgment.
Okay.
It's just judging. Doesn't mean that I'm right. It just means that based upon my opinion, makes me feel like I'm right, but I might not be right.
So do you think it's detrimental to do that?
To do what?
To judge.
Judge is like
As like in that sense of relationship and hey, we are. No, you know what? To me, maybe comparing would be a little bit worse.
no,
No, you don't think
no, because women are going to be women, and when women understand that men are going to be men in a certain level, depending on what type of man you want to fall in that category, men are going to be men. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's all right to be yin yang. It's okay to yes or no. It's okay up down. It's okay in it's like okay for things to be the opposite of each other, but still to understand that we both have a point on what we're saying. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, yes, I'll be honest with you. Like the question that I asked you. Yes, I do judge any previous relationship based upon my past. Why? Probably because I'm emotionally scarred from my past. But you have to grow from that to understand that that's what that is. That's first and foremost. And life is a lesson. So I'm going to look at situations and now I'm going to use your word. I'm going to compare to what something was versus what something is. You know what I mean? Now there's no judgment on that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a comparison. I'm going to say, well, damn, she used to be cool with me, but the way she talks to me is totally different. I'm comparing now.
Okay.
So it depends based upon, when you ask that question, it depends based upon who's the person who it is, and it depends on who they're dating to be able to make that judgment, whether or not if you're comparing or judging. Full circle.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, me, yes, that's what I do. I look at situations based upon how certain things made me feel, and women do the same thing. I think we all do, but some people fall into these little pits and holes in their life to where they don't recognize that what they've been through before. They're repeating the same thing, so they don't know how to pull away from what it was because the comfortability is there to say, well, I'm familiar with this, so you know what, I'm going to go with this because I'm familiar with it. And sometimes something being familiar to you doesn't always mean that it's good for you or good to you. So that's why I say that. But there's a huge difference between women in that sense when we ask that question between judgment and between a woman whether or not comparing.
Mm-hmm.
So men judge, women compare.